Hi, this is Randy Kirk, and I want to talk to you today, as I did yesterday, about ways that Tesla can sell a lot more vehicles next year without doing any price cuts. And I hope that the right folks at Tesla see this video. Maybe you know somebody at Tesla that needs to see this video. I know that Elon Musk is the most amazing marketer in history, but not one brain or even a couple of brains are going to come up with every idea. I happen to think, as a marketer my whole life, that these are brilliant ideas. But then, I have some bias. Okay, let's talk about other ways besides cutting price that Tesla can sell out next year. Today's version is going to be on promotion. A lot of the fudsters out there have said about Elon Musk that he's a P.T. Barnum, and they don't mean it in a kind way. They mean that he's a huckster and that he's overselling stuff that doesn't do what it's supposed to do, and and he's a liar. Of course, you and I don't think that. We think that Elon Musk always delivers. Shockingly, it's like I've started and owned 40 something companies, and 20 of them failed. So I don't understand how Elon just does it over and over again, like every single time is a success. So no, he's not a P.T. Barnum. He may be late, but he so far always gets done what he says he's going to get done. I'm still waiting for HVAC. I really would like to see HVAC in 2023. My air conditioner is hanging in there. I really, really want to replace it with your new HVAC system, Elon. Okay, so promotion. If he's a P.T. Barnum in that regard, no, I argue he's not. But he is a P.T. Barnum when it comes to promotion. P.T. Barnum, drove the circus train through towns and put up billboards and had clowns going through the streets. And all this stuff in order to generate excitement about the show that cost him virtually nothing. To drive through town doesn't cost anything. So I'm suggesting that promoting is a great way to do stuff that's, again, free compared to advertising. And so I'm going to throw out a couple of ideas. So for 2023, I would move to generating some headlines. And I would hire that PR team. Gary Black, I agree with you that probably Tesla should have a PR team in the traditional sense that talks to the auto trade magazines, who goes out and rides with these guys in the new cars and schmoozes with them and gets them to say positive things in the magazines and whatnot. But in my experience, when you do that, they're also looking for advertisements. They're not just looking to write a great article about you. They want you to advertise as well. And in fact, they will call you when they're going to do a great article about you and say, we're running a great article about you this month. Don't you want to take some ads? It's not, no matter what anybody tells you, trade magazines and magazines that are specific to an industry are not editorially neutral. I've been there. I've done work in something like 35 industries through my career, and I've never talked to a trade magazine ever in any of those industries that was neutral. They want your ad. You probably already knew that. Okay, let's move on. So stunts, challenges, demos, shows, whatever you can think of to do. I'm going to throw out a couple of ideas here. Number one, about 6 or 7 years ago, my kids bought me a Christmas present, and it cost, I think, $100, might have been 80, for me to drive over to this parking lot in this huge mall, where on a Sunday they weren't using the parking lot. I don't know. Maybe it was just that the parking lot was so huge that this mall was no longer using all of it. And so this company had come in and rented a big section of that parking lot so that I could have a chance to drive a Maserati or a Ferrari. I think you had a choice. You could either do the Maserati or the Ferrari. So yeah, for $100, I got a chance to learn how you brake completely differently in a Maserati than you do in a regular car, and how you accelerate completely differently. And then I started applying that to my own car, and it was great. I loved it. It was well worth the $100. I would have done it again. Now that I know what it is, I would do it again. So why can't Tesla rent race strips, vacant lots like that, streets that are virtually unused, but rent it for the day? Any kind of a situation, maybe even rent or purchase entire lots that they're going to keep forever as demo locations, and let people come in and go 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. I mean, I have to believe they'd be lined up. You can charge. Maybe it's a gift. Maybe it's a charitable thing. It's worth $100. You put it up there. This is worth $100. Please donate to your favorite charity. Put it in the bucket before you ride. Charge, don't charge, doesn't matter to me. However you think it's going to be best at Tesla, but create demos all over the world, And the demos would be, number one, you're demoing the speed, the quickness, because people just love it. It's just, I mean, that's how I got hooked. A friend of mine got a Model S before it was Plaid. This is like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. He drove me up and down city streets going 0 to 60 and like whatever it was at that time, 4 seconds or 3.5. I mean, and I'm like, oh man, this is the future. Of course, they had the computer and all the rest. Okay. Number two reason that you have a demo set up like that is for people just to sit in the car and play with the computer for a bit. Number three reason is that while they're waiting in line, you've got a video running all the time, or you have people that are there to talk to people and answer their questions. I mean, a demo set up like that, you could have one. I mean, you could have thousands of these demo setups around the world, way less expensively than TV and TV advertising, and way more effective. So I would suggest that. Number two, I would probably set up a stunt team. These would be folks that would be driving either the Cybertruck when it comes out. They might be driving any one of the cars. Certainly when they might even bring a semi. But these would be our teams that would be particularly good at doing stunts with the cars. You probably put on the light show. Anyway, however it would be done in a way that would just be totally entertaining. And then you call the NFL and say, hey, we got a great halftime show for you. There may be other industries, other places where you could do shows like these. Potentially, there would be even a 2-hour-long show where that would be the entire reason. You would come to a Dallas stadium, or you'd come to any stadium anywhere in the world just to watch these stunts being done. So this is another possible way to generate a tremendous amount of interest for what I would consider to be a much lower cost than advertising. I'm sorry. And then take on all comers in every racing arena. Put together the race team. The halo effect is something that's been true of the auto industry since day one. You want to have the halo effect. So how do you get the halo effect? You need the race team, and the race team outfits individual cars, individual teams to be able to race in individual types of races. Yes, I know NASCAR and other places are having to set up their own versions of the racing. Fine, be the number one. Be there, be visible, get your brand out there. Again, it's an expensive undertaking, but I think compared to advertising, no. And the overall effect is greater than advertising. And in a recession, people are going to be looking even more for entertainment. So this is a great time to do it. So then I would do a coast-to-coast challenge. And the coast-to-coast challenge would be for all the other electric cars in the world. It would be a set route, depends on what part of the country you're in. And the challenge would be going the speed limit. You have to go the speed limit all the way. Who can get coast to coast the fastest? And of course, what you're trying to prove is the amount of time it takes to charge and how long you can go without a charge and what charging stations you're using, et cetera, et cetera. So this would be a big challenge. And if nobody showed up, you win the challenge and you get all the publicity anyway. So this would be one more of my crazy ideas. For the next product announcement, this is my last one. For the next product announcement, take it over the top. I'm expecting the next product announcement to be some combination. Maybe it's a Cybertruck final product announcement. Maybe it's the Model A or the $30,000 car. I'm not exactly sure what the next product announcement is going to be, but those are my two most likely thoughts. The Roadster, if they're going to make it next year, obviously this would be a great year to make the Roadster if you think you're going to be short on sales. So for this product announcement, take it from this fun. I love their product announcements. They're fun. It involves the whole team. A lot of people get FaceTime and get a chance to try their public speaking skills and whatnot, but they are not the top level of possible professionalism that could go into such a product announcement. Now, Steve Jobs was, of course, the top ever expert at doing that. I would take it one level above Steve Jobs. I would bring in the top event folks in the world who know how to put on an event from beginning to end. It wouldn't be that expensive. And this product announcement would be like a 2 to 3 hour product announcement. There would be dancing girls. There would be like the drone show that they did for the opening of Texas. Things like that would just be spectacular. It would be, everybody be talking about it. You would fill you do it at probably at Dallas Stadium. You would have 80,000 people in the stands, maybe more because you could use some of the grounds. You would have the press there in all the press would be there. And the entire thing would just be this really commercialized, extremely exciting presentation that people will be talking about for months. Yes, it would be outside the kind of approach that's been used, but that's one of the things that makes it PR. That's one of the things that makes it a publicity stunt, is because it's different. Do they have to do that way every time? Of course not. You can go back the next time to doing it the way they've always done it. It's fine. But this particular time, in this recessionary year, when you're looking to get maximum amount of visibility, those are some of the things that I would do next in 2023 in order to generate maximum sales. Okay, listen, if you like the content, if you would like to see more, like, subscribe, do all those things. And it's been great talking to you today.